Hello everyone and welcome back to Xbox Nation. We're kicking things off with November with an incredible lineup of games you can play right now on Xbox Game Pass. This list has everything from story-driven epics, chaotic multiplayer battles, AAA blockbusters, and indie darlings that really pack a punch. Today I've rounded up 20 games you can dive into today, plus 5 titles to watch for later this November. Alright, let's get those controllers ready. My name is Fletcher, this is Xbox Nation. Subscribe for more Xbox content every single day, and here's what's worth playing on Game Pass this November. MechWarrior 5 Clans drops you into the middle of an interstellar war, where you control towering customizable mechs with an endless array of weapons. You'll pick from light, nimble mechs for quick strikes, or heavy armored beasts to lay down some hurt. Missions will range from reconnaissance and base defense to full-on siege warfare, all with unique maps and strategic demands. Damage in Clans is realistic, as you can watch as armor buckles and limbs are blown off during intense firefights. This isn't just your average shooter though. Every single decision, upgrade and tactic really matters as you manage both mech maintenance and battlefield strategies. It's like running a tank battalion in space. If you love sci-fi strategy or just watching things blow up in style, then this game is a must play. The Fractured Butthole dives deeper into the hilarious, inappropriate humour we know and love from South Park. You will join as the new kid, joining forces with iconic characters to save the town as superheroes. Combat is turn-based but tactical, letting you position teammates strategically and unleashing powers that chain for extra damage. It's layered with superhero tropes and references, everything from character powers to costume choices is just hilarious and on point. You'll go head-to-head with bizarre enemies, from ninjas to giant mutated guinea pigs. You can expect insane laughs as ever, clever puzzles, and enough South Park charm to make any fan feel at home. It's as funny as unpredictable, and it really doesn't hold back. Buckle up because Black Ops 6 has just joined Game Pass and it really takes intensity to brand new levels. The campaign is full of the typical Black Ops missions that demand stealth, precision, and intricate high-stake plots. Multiplayer fans though, fear not, as classic modes like Domination return alongside fresh options that challenge your coordination and your tactical teamwork. And it now introduces the brand new Omni movement system, which is seeing some intense plays from what we've played so far. We also will see the future Warzone integration that means you can bring your skills to large maps, adding huge battle scenarios and endless customization options throughout the gunsmith. Every single corner of this game is packed with insane detail, from weapons and loadouts to character customization. We've also seen the return of round-based zombies, and let me tell you, this game mode alone is well worth diving into if you're a Call of Duty fan. If you want relentless action and a world-class shooter experience, then Black Ops 6 has really got it all. Now, step into Ashen this November, where you will play as a wanderer in search for a home in a bleak but beautiful open world. It has a mysterious Souls-like vibe, with challenging combat that feels rewarding with every enemy that you defeat. Exploration in this game is very rich and atmospheric, and you'll come across hidden relics, lore-filled dungeons, and allies who can aid you on your journey. The game's unique passive multiplayer also means that strangers can pop in and out of your world, helping you fight or explore without direct communication. It's a haunting, visually minimalistic experience that really draws you in. If you enjoy combat that really keeps you on your toes, mixed with that exploration and a touch of mystery, then Ashen is a journey worth taking. GRIS really is a breathtaking journey through the stages of grief, depicted through some of the most beautiful hand-drawn visuals you'll ever see. The worlds shift as the main character unlocks new emotions, each represented by a different colour. Puzzles are actually woven into the environment, unlocking hidden paths and revealing details of the story. There is no actual combat in this game, only exploration and discovery, making it deeply introspective and emotionally impactful. The soundtrack also adds an extra layer of depth that makes every single moment feel like a moving piece of art. For those of you looking for an emotional and artistic game, GRIS is like taking a meditative walk through a painting. In Jusant, climbing a colossal mountain is just the very beginning. Every single rock, ledge and overhang requires thought and stamina management, making every ascent feel earned. Inspired by real-life rock climbing, it combines beautiful vertical environments with gripping narrative-driven exploration. Along the way, you'll of course uncover relics that tell the story of a civilization that once thrived atop the mountain. As you solve environmental puzzles and find hidden paths, you'll be mesmerized by this landscape. It's a much slower paced and thoughtful experience though that encourages you to savor every single step and appreciate the journey as much as the destination. One of my favourite games from this generation, Requiem takes you back to the Middle Ages with Amicia and a younger brother Hugo as they navigate a world ravaged by a terrifying plague. The story really dives deep into themes of love, sacrifice and survival, with incredible detail in each medieval setting. With swarms of deadly rats filling every single corner, stealth becomes a necessity in this game. Using creative tools like fire and Hugo's growing powers to manipulate the rats really adds layers to the gameplay. It's very dark, atmospheric and packed with emotional weight, and A Plague Tale Requiem is a heart-wrenching journey that feels as intense as it is beautiful. Now, Gears 5 cranks everything we love about the series. This continues the story of Kate Diaz digging into her past while battling monstrous swarm creatures across sprawling, destructible environments. Campaign missions in this game obviously feel completely cinematic, with story arcs that really do pack a punch. But honestly, it's the multiplayer where Gears really shines in this entry. From the brutal horde mode to the high stakes escape mode, there really is something for every competitive soul. Visually, this game is absolutely stunning, and the smooth mechanics make every gunfight feel incredibly satisfying. If you're here for action and thrilling battles, and you want to delve deeper into an Xbox exclusive, then Gears 5 delivers on every single front. In Hell Let Loose, you're not just playing a game, you're part of a massive realistic World War II war simulation. Each 50 versus 50 match requires intense teamwork, with players filling specific roles like engineers, medics and snipers. Maps are painstakingly detailed recreations of actual World War II battlefields, and the weaponry feels grounded in historical accuracy. There's no respawn frenzy like you would expect in games like Call of Duty, as every life counts, every single decision matters, and you'll die with just one bullet. It really is a chaotic and immersive game that requires coordination on a scale that few games can really match. For fans of tactical shooters and multiplayer experiences, then this one is an absolute gem. Immortals: Fenyx Rising is a vibrant, mythology-infused adventure that combines both humor with thrilling combat. Playing as Fenyx, a mortal chosen to save the gods, you'll wield godly powers to battle mythical beasts and solve some pretty cool ancient puzzles. It's not just about the combat though in this world, as it's full of puzzles and hidden treasures that really reward your exploration. The writing is witty and full of mythological references, and the voice acting really adds some charm to this beautiful experience. It's like an open world action comedy with Greek mythology as its backdrop, making it a delight for both action and adventure fans. I highly recommend that you step into the epic world of Shadow of War, where you command an army to wage war on Sauron's forces. With the innovative Nemesis system, every single orc you encounter has a unique personality, memories, and even grudges based on your past encounters. You're not just a lone hero in this game though. Compared to the first one, you're building a powerful army of followers with unique traits and skills. Fortress sieges are massive battles where strategy and brute force really blend, and the RPG mechanics in this game really allow for some deep customization. If you're a Tolkien fan or just love some action-packed RPGs, then Shadow of War is a must-play. In Monster Hunter Rise, you're a hunter facing down fearsome monsters in lush open worlds. Each monster is unique, requiring different strategies, weapons, and teamwork. The wire bug mechanic in this game actually adds verticality to combat, letting you zip across the map or avoid a charging beast. Hunting alone is very intense, but bringing friends along with you transforms the experience into coordinated, thrilling battles. With tons of weapons, gear, and even pets to customize, Ryse has depth and intensity. It really is perfect for those looking for challenging yet rewarding action, and it's definitely well worth playing before Monster Hunter Wilds comes out early next year. Travis Touchdown is back in No More Heroes 3, and I was really surprised to see this entry drop onto Game Pass. This game actually blends fast-paced hack-and-slash combat with absurd, hilarious storytelling. You're essentially fighting alien superheroes in wild, over-the-top battles that include everything from lightsaber-like moves to wrestling combos. Honestly, it's chaotic, bizarre and stylish, with a free-roaming world where you can take on side missions and earn cash for your upgrades. To be honest, if you're a fan of quirky and huge action games, then you'll feel right at home with this adventure. It's quite easy to say that this next game is just pure magic, and to be honest, I recommend it to anyone who plays an Xbox for the very first time. You will play as a spirit named Ori, traversing a mystical forest filled with puzzles, platforming challenges, and emotional story beats. Ori and the Will of the Wisps has a gorgeous hand-painted art style and music that makes every moment feel alive. and the gameplay is both smooth and challenging, rewarding timing and skill. It's a game about friendship, loss and courage, and to be honest, Will of the Wisps is a beautiful, heartwarming experience that's as much about the journey as it is about the stunning visuals. This was my highlighted game of the Xbox One era, and I know many of you still need to experience this absolute gem. Sticking in the realm of Xbox exclusives during the Xbox One generation, I highly recommend that you relive the glory and brutality of ancient Rome in Ryse Son of Rome. In this game, you will play as Marius Titus, a Roman soldier on a quest for vengeance and honor. Honestly, the combat is very cinematic and brutal, focusing on hack and slash mechanics with seamless combo-based executions. The visuals in this game capture the grandeur of Rome's architecture and grit of battle, and honestly, the visuals of this still hold up today, even though it was an Xbox One launch title. It's part action movie, part historical epic, with enough spectacle to keep you captivated from start to finish. Fans of immersive storytelling and ancient history should definitely check this one out on Xbox Game Pass. Pentiment is a narrative-driven game set in 16th century Bavarian countryside, immersing you in the life of Andreas Mahler, a journeyman artist caught in a murder mystery. The game's hand-painted art style, inspired by medieval manuscripts and early printing, is incredibly unique and really adds authenticity to the setting. Choices and dialogue really shape how townsfolk perceive you, and each interaction affects the investigation, encouraging multiple playthroughs to uncover different outcomes. The historical accuracy and social and religious dynamics make it feel like stepping into history. If you love mysteries, art, or complex storytelling, Pentiment is a rare gem that feels as enlightening as it is engaging. World War Z is a relentless co-op shooter where you face wave after wave of the undead in sprawling global locations. Every single level has distinct objectives, from rescuing survivors to holding your ground against massive zombie swarms. The game's swarm engine lets zombies pile up in a horrifyingly realistic way, creating an urgency and unpredictability that makes every single playthrough feel unique. You can upgrade and customize weapons, which add a very personal touch to the gameplay. This is pure heart-pounding action with a survival twist, and ideal for anyone who loves intense cooperative zombie action with your friends. Now, set in a mystical version of ancient China, Wo Long combines martial arts with a very cool supernatural twist. As a nameless warrior, you'll master complex skill-based combat while using ancient Chinese magic to battle ferocious creatures and spirits. The narrative is very rich with references to Chinese folklore, and the stunning landscapes from serene bamboo forests to haunting battlefields are visually impressive. Combat requires precision and timing, with parries and countering adding layers to each encounter. If you're up for a challenge and story rooted in legend, Wo Long is a journey into a beautifully brutal world. If you want a bit more zombie action, in Zombie Army 4 you're fighting back a supernatural Nazi zombie apocalypse. The co-op experience is very intense, with hordes of the undead, supernatural bosses, and a vast array of weapons to keep the hordes at bay. You can of course set traps, work with teammates, and upgrade your gear, making it a fun mix of strategy and action. The game's settings are grimly detailed, with post-war Europe rendered in eerie tones adding to the suspense. It's campy, it's chaotic, and it's packed with undead blasting fun. If you're into zombies and non-stop action, this one's a thrill ride from start to finish. This game actually comes from the developers behind the Sniper Elite series, so you also get some awesome X-ray kill cams if you hit a headshot with your sniper rifle. One game that really goes highly under the Game Pass radar is Wreckfest, and it's a destruction-based racing game at its finest. It lets you crash, smash and bash your way to victory, and every race feels like a demolition derby. You'll drive all kinds of vehicles, from lawnmowers to muscle cars, and every track encourages brutal collisions. The damage model here is insanely detailed, showing every single dent and crack as your car takes some extreme hits. You can play tactically or dive into the mayhem, and customizing your vehicles or upgrades really adds an extra strategic layer. It really is a blast for those who love over-the-top racing games that don't hold back on the destruction. Now, I did mention that I wanted to include 5 titles that are coming this November that you need to keep your eye on for when they release. First up, we're starting with the legendary strategy games Starcraft and Starcraft 2, and they're both coming to Game Pass at the start of this November. And to be honest, they offer one of the best real-time strategy experiences ever made. You will command the Terrans Zergal Protoss as you navigate galactic warfare with unique units, structures, and abilities for every single race. The narrative in these games spans vast interstellar conflicts with political intrigue, betrayal, and epic battles that have set the standard for the RTS genre. With tons of campaigns and multiplayer modes, these games will offer endless hours of tactical depth and story that sci-fi fans will really love. A cool game that is entering Game Pass in November is Metal Slug Tactics, and it really gives the classic Metal Slug action action, a tactical makeover, bringing the same arcade spirit to grid-based turn-based combat. You'll command familiar heroes in squad-based battles, using the environment, cover, and your unique character abilities to outmaneuver enemies. The pixel art is of course a love letter to the original series, capturing the nostalgic feel whilst introducing a fresh strategic spin. This game is for anyone who loves arcade-style action, combined with thoughtful tactic gameplay. Now, you can expect more chaos and laughs with Goat Simulator Remastered as it arrives on the 7th of November, which brings the goofy sandbox madness back with updated graphics, improved physics, and plenty of new ways to cause some mayhem. Of course, you're a goat on a mission to break the rules, headbutting pedestrians, climbing impossible heights, and defying some insane gravity. There's no plot here, just pure unfiltered fun, where the goal is to experiment and see what hilarious havoc that you can cause. Honestly, this game is so absurd, it's beautifully random, and it's perfect for when you just want to unwind and have a laugh. The biggest release for November and coming to Game Pass is Stalker 2. It will finally transport us to the eerie Chernobyl exclusion zone, where supernatural anomalies, mutated creatures, and hostile factions make every single step feel perilous. It's an open world survival horror experience that blends atmospheric tension with RPG elements, and that includes scavenging, weapon customization, and faction alliances. The visuals here really capture the haunting beauty of the zone, while dynamic weather and day and night cycles really heighten that immersion. If you love post-apocalyptic worlds, intricate storylines, and tense gameplay, then Stalker 2 promises a gripping experience this November. Then last but certainly not least, and for anyone who dreams of soaring above the clouds, then Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 promises an experience like no other. It takes the simulation game realism to a whole new level, with brand new planes, updated graphics, and a detailed weather system that includes everything from turbulent storms to gentle drizzles. Of course, you'll be able to fly over real-world landscapes rendered with breathtaking beauty, and new missions that cater to every level from novice pilots to seasoned flyers. Whether you're in it for the relaxation of cross-country flights or just thrill of a challenge takeoff, Flight Simulator 2024 will have you flying high. So there you have it, our top 20 games to play on Game Pass right now, plus 5 upcoming titles that you want to keep on your radar. Let me know in the comments below which game you're excited to jump into, or if there's a hidden gem on this list that you may have missed. Of course, if you enjoyed, do like the video and subscribe for more Xbox content every single day. Whilst here, why don't you check out our most recent video covering the 20 best free games on Xbox that you must play this 2024.